Mental struggle often feels like a storm you can't escape, doesn't it? Days blur into each other, weighed down by anxiety or regret. This isn't just a personal battle, millions face it daily. According to the World Health Organization, nearly 1 billion people worldwide struggle with mental health issues, yet the solution might be closer than you think. Eckhart Tolle, renowned for his teachings on presence and consciousness, once said, "Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life." These words, simple yet profound, serve as a lighthouse guiding us away from the turbulent seas of the mind. Before his awakening, Tolle himself was trapped in relentless mental anguish. He describes it as a near-constant voice in his head, one that tormented him with self-criticism, regret, and fear of the future. One fateful night, overwhelmed by the weight of his thoughts, he experienced a profound shift, a moment where he saw through the chaos of his mind. What followed wasn't just peace, it was transformation. He woke up to a deeper truth about life, one that he has since dedicated his life to sharing with the world. Why does this matter? Because Tolle's teachings reveal something astonishing. Much of our suffering stems not from external circumstances but from within, from our mind's inability to live in the present. In a world where distractions pull us in every direction and stress feels inescapable, the present moment often becomes the last place we look for solace. But imagine this. What if the answers to our deepest struggles aren't buried in complex therapies or years of searching, but lie in something as accessible as this very moment? Could it be that by simply shifting our focus, we could unlock the clarity, peace, and joy we've been seeking all along? In this video, we'll uncover the transformative secrets Eckhart Tolle has shared about mastering the mind. From the power of the present moment to dissolving the ego, each secret will guide you toward a profound understanding of yourself and the world around you. Stay with me as we dive into Tolle's remarkable insights, beginning with a mind-blowing perspective on the one thing we all possess but rarely fully experience: the present moment. What does it truly mean to be present? It's a phrase we hear often, yet few of us grasp its full significance. For most, life unfolds in two places: the past and the future. We ruminate over what went wrong, reliving moments of regret, or we anxiously anticipate what's yet to come, trying to control outcomes that haven't even happened. But where is life actually happening? Right here, right now. Eckhart Tolle describes the present moment as the gateway to freedom. It's not just a poetic idea, it's a radical shift in how we engage with life. Tolle teaches that when you're truly present, the relentless chatter of the mind begins to fade. You step out of the grip of time where the past and future dominate and into a timeless state of awareness. Yet, living in the present moment can feel almost unnatural. Our minds are wired to cling to narratives, to replay past scenarios or anticipate future events. But here's the danger. By living outside the present, we miss life itself. The laughter of a loved one, the beauty of a sunset, the quiet moments of contentment. All of these are drowned out by the mental noise. The dangers of living in the past or future are profound. Dwelling in the past often fuels depression, while obsessing over the future feeds anxiety. Research even backs this up. Studies on mindfulness show that individuals who practice present-moment awareness experience significantly reduced levels of stress, improved emotional regulation, and even enhanced brain function. So how do we anchor ourselves in the now? It starts with awareness. Tolle recommends beginning with something as simple as your breath. Pause, take a deep breath in, and focus on it fully. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, the sensation of air entering your lungs. This single, conscious act pulls you out of your thoughts and into the present. Another technique Tolle suggests is to observe your surroundings without judgment. Right now, look around. Notice the textures, colors, and sounds. Don't label them, simply observe. This quiets the mind and draws you into the richness of the moment. A particularly powerful practice is what Tolle calls inner body awareness. Close your eyes and shift your attention inward. Can you feel the aliveness within your hands or feet? This subtle awareness of your body not only anchors you in the now, but also connects you to the deeper essence of life itself. Beyond these techniques, the benefits of mindfulness are extraordinary. Neuroscientists have discovered that mindfulness can literally rewire the brain. Regular practice strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for focus, decision-making, and emotional regulation, while reducing activity in the amygdala, the center of fear and stress responses. In essence, being present doesn't just make you feel better. It transforms your brain. Tolle's approach to present moment awareness is unique in its simplicity and depth. He emphasizes that presence isn't something to be achieved, but something to be realized. It's always there, waiting beneath the layers of thought and distraction. The moment you step into it, a profound stillness arises. A stillness that holds the key to peace, clarity, and true freedom. As we continue, we'll explore another critical aspect of Tolle's teachings: the ego. Understanding its role in our suffering and learning to detach from it could be the most liberating discovery you'll ever make. Let's unravel that next. Who are you really? Is your identity tied to your name, your achievements, your failures, or the roles you play in life? Eckhart Tolle challenges this very notion with a startling revelation. The you think you are is not who you truly are. Instead, it's a construct, a false self created by the mind. He calls this the ego. The ego is that incessant voice in your head, constantly narrating your life, judging others, or comparing yourself to them. It feeds on separateness, constantly trying to define you in opposition to the world. It's why you might feel insulted when someone criticizes you, or why you chase after external validation. The ego's survival depends on attachment to possessions, opinions, identities, and even suffering. But here's the catch: the ego isn't real. It's a mental illusion, a collection of thoughts and beliefs masquerading as you. Tolle explains that the ego is like a shadow. It seems real, but only because you give it your attention. The problem is that the ego creates suffering. It thrives on drama, conflict, and dissatisfaction. For instance, when you're stuck in traffic and fuming over the delay, that's not the real you. It's your ego reacting, insisting that reality should be different. The ego turns small inconveniences into crises and keeps you trapped in a cycle of resistance and negativity. So how do we free ourselves from this false self? Tolle's answer is surprisingly simple. Observe it. He teaches that the moment you become aware of the ego, it begins to lose its power. Awareness acts like a light shining on the shadow, revealing its illusory nature. Here's a practical exercise. The next time you feel triggered, whether it's anger, frustration, or jealousy, pause for a moment. Instead of reacting, observe the feeling. Notice how it rises in your body. Is it a tightening in your chest? A racing heartbeat? A flood of thoughts? By observing without judgment, you create space between you and the ego. This space is where freedom begins. Tolle also emphasizes the importance of non-identification. When you say, "I'm angry" or "I'm anxious," you're identifying with the emotion, as if it defines you. Instead, try saying, "There is anger" or "there is anxiety." This subtle shift reminds you that these emotions are temporary states. They're not who you are. One of Tolle's most powerful techniques for ego dissolution is cultivating presence. The ego cannot survive in the present moment because it's fueled by thoughts about the past and future. By anchoring yourself in the now, you disrupt the ego's narrative and connect with your true essence, something beyond thought, beyond form. Another practice Tolle advocates is acceptance. The ego resists what is, always wanting life to be different. But when you accept the present moment fully, even if it's uncomfortable, you disarm the ego. Acceptance doesn't mean complacency. It means surrendering to reality as it is, rather than fighting against it. For those ready to go deeper, Tolle recommends meditation as a tool for observing the mind and detaching from the ego. In meditation, you can watch thoughts come and go, realizing that you are the observer, not the thinker. This realization is transformative. It shifts your identity from the false self to the true self. As you practice these techniques, you'll notice profound changes. The drama of daily life begins to fade, replaced by a sense of inner peace. Conflicts lose their charge because you no longer feel the need to defend a false identity. And most importantly, you'll begin to experience life as it truly is, free from the filters of the ego. The journey of ego deconstruction is not about destroying the ego, but about seeing it for what it is: an illusion. Once you do, its hold on you weakens, and you step into a state of freedom and clarity. Now that we've uncovered the secrets of detaching from the ego, let's explore another layer of Tolle's wisdom, the concept of the pain body. Understanding how to heal past emotional wounds can unlock a new level of peace and freedom. Let's delve into that next. Have you ever found yourself triggered by something seemingly insignificant? An offhand comment, a tone of voice, or even a passing glance? That overwhelming wave of emotion that arises in such moments is often more than just a reaction to the present situation. Eckhart Tolle calls this the pain body. The pain body is the emotional residue of past traumas, unresolved conflicts, and suppressed pain that we carry within us. It's not just individual. It can also be collective, generational pain passed down through families and even entire cultures. This pain body thrives in the darkness of unconsciousness, waiting for the right moment to take over your emotions, thoughts, and actions. When the pain body is activated, you might feel as though you've lost control. It can lead to destructive behaviors, intense arguments, or even moments of despair. But here's the truth Tolle unveils. The pain body is not who you are. It's a part of your conditioned self, and like the ego, it survives by feeding on unconsciousness. Recognizing the pain body is the first step toward transformation. Tolle explains that the moment you become aware of it, the pain body begins to lose its grip. Awareness shines a light on this emotional entity, revealing it for what it is: unresolved energy from the past. So, how do you deal with the pain body when it surfaces? The key is presence. When a wave of emotional pain arises, resist the urge to suppress it or act on it. Instead, sit with it. Acknowledge its presence without judgment. For example, if you feel anger, simply notice, there is anger within me. Don't label it as good or bad. Just observe it as it is. Tolle also emphasizes the power of breath in transforming the pain body. When the pain body takes over, your breath often becomes shallow or erratic. By consciously taking slow, deep breaths, you can anchor yourself in the present moment and create space between you and the emotional charge. Meditation is another powerful tool for dissolving the pain body. Tolle suggests a practice where you sit quietly and bring your attention to the sensations in your body. You might notice tightness, heaviness, or even an aching sensation. Instead of resisting these feelings, allow them to be. This practice of body awareness helps release the stored energy of the pain body, bit by bit. But transformation doesn't stop at personal awareness. The pain body is often fueled by patterns we've inherited from our families or cultures. For example, if you grew up in an environment where anger or fear was dominant, you might unconsciously carry those emotions as part of your pain body. Breaking these generational patterns requires both awareness and compassion. Tolle encourages us to see these inherited patterns not as curses but as opportunities for healing. By transforming your own pain body, you not only free yourself but also create a ripple effect that impacts those around you. Healing becomes a gift you give to future generations, breaking the cycle of unconscious emotional pain. Another method Tolle highlights is the practice of acceptance. This doesn't mean resigning yourself to suffering. It means acknowledging your emotions fully without trying to push them away. Paradoxically, the act of accepting pain often dissolves it. Resistance keeps the pain body alive, but acceptance disarms it, allowing you to move through it with grace. Finally, Tolle reminds us that the pain body thrives in relationships, where its energy often clashes with others. Have you ever found yourself in the same argument with a loved one over and over? That's the pain body at work, seeking conflict to sustain itself. The next time this happens, pause. Recognize the pain body in yourself or the other person. Instead of reacting, choose presence. This simple act can defuse even the most charged situations. The process of pain body transformation isn't about erasing your past, but about liberating yourself from its grip. Each time you face your pain body with awareness, you weaken its power and strengthen your connection to the present moment. Over time, the emotional storms become less frequent and less intense, replaced by a deep sense of peace and clarity. As we move forward, we'll explore how Tolle's teachings extend beyond personal healing. Next, we'll dive into strategies for expanding your consciousness and unlocking your human potential. This is where transformation reaches its most profound level. What lies beyond your current experience of life? Eckhart Tolle's teachings reveal that the boundaries of human potential extend far beyond what most of us ever imagine. Expanding your consciousness isn't just a philosophical idea. It's the key to unlocking a richer, more meaningful existence. Tolle describes consciousness as the awareness that lies beneath thought. Most of us operate on the surface level of the mind, consumed by endless streams of ideas, worries, and distractions. But beneath that mental noise lies a still, vast awareness, a deeper dimension of being. Tapping into this state is what Tolle calls consciousness expansion. Let's begin with the concept of different levels of consciousness. At the most basic level, there's unconsciousness, being entirely lost in thought, emotion, and ego. This is where suffering thrives. The next step is ordinary consciousness, where you begin to notice your thoughts and patterns, though they still often control you. Beyond this lies awakened consciousness, where you fully realize that you are not your mind but the awareness observing it. So how do you move from one level of consciousness to the next? Tolle emphasizes the importance of meditation and awareness practices. One powerful meditation technique he advocates is inner stillness. This involves sitting quietly, closing your eyes, and letting go of the need to think or analyze. As you do, you may notice moments of deep silence between thoughts. These gaps are not empty. They are filled with presence, the pure essence of consciousness. Another practice is what Tolle calls transcending thought patterns. Our minds are like a repetitive loop, replaying the same worries, doubts, and fears. To break free, Tolle suggests becoming an observer of your thoughts. Imagine your mind as a sky and your thoughts as passing clouds. Instead of engaging with each cloud, simply watch it drift by. This detachment weakens the grip of repetitive thought patterns and allows you to connect with a deeper state of awareness. A particularly transformative step in expanding consciousness is connecting with what Tolle refers to as inner stillness. This isn't just about being physically quiet. It's a profound, vibrational stillness within you. You might experience it when you're in nature, gazing at a serene landscape, or even during moments of deep focus. This stillness is the foundation of higher consciousness. It's where clarity, intuition, and creativity arise. Tolle also highlights the importance of transcending labels and concepts. Much of our suffering comes from the mind's need to define everything, good or bad, right or wrong, success or failure. When you let go of these labels, you open yourself to experience life directly, without the filters of judgment. This creates space for a more profound connection to reality. Practical steps for spiritual growth are another cornerstone of Tolle's teachings. Daily mindfulness practices, such as pausing to take conscious breaths or focusing on the present moment, help anchor you in awareness. Journaling can also be a powerful tool. Write down your thoughts and emotions, then step back and observe them. This practice helps you distinguish between the mind's chatter and the deeper wisdom within you. One of the most profound realizations Tolle shares is that expanding consciousness isn't about gaining something. It's about uncovering what's already there. The essence of who you are beyond your thoughts, emotions, and roles is infinite. When you connect with this essence, life transforms. You begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth, relationships deepen, and even mundane tasks take on a sense of sacredness. As you expand your consciousness, you might notice a shift in how you experience the world. Colors seem more vivid, interactions feel more authentic, and a quiet joy arises from within. This is the power of consciousness expansion. It's not about escaping reality but fully embracing it, moment by moment. Tolle's strategies remind us that we are not separate from the universe but deeply interconnected with it. By expanding your consciousness, you align yourself with the flow of life, stepping into a state of harmony and presence. Next, we'll take Tolle's wisdom and translate it into daily practices that can create immediate and lasting transformation in your life. Let's explore how to make these profound teachings part of your everyday reality. All the wisdom we've explored so far is powerful, but it's not meant to remain theoretical. Eckhart Tolle's teachings truly shine when applied to everyday life, transforming ordinary moments into opportunities for profound growth and peace. The key lies in integrating these practices into your daily routine, allowing them to guide you toward a more mindful, present, and conscious way of living. Let's begin with mindfulness exercises. Tolle often emphasizes the importance of conscious breathing as a simple yet effective way to bring yourself into the present moment. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or distracted, pause for a moment and focus on your breath. Feel the air moving in and out of your body. This simple act reconnects you to the now, breaking the cycle of unconscious thought. Another powerful practice is what Tolle calls conscious observation. Take a moment to fully observe your surroundings without labeling or judging. Whether it's the rustling of leaves, the sound of birds, or the texture of an object in your hand, immerse yourself in the experience. This exercise grounds you in the present and shifts your focus away from the mind's chatter. Journaling is another transformative tool. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on moments where you felt particularly present, or moments when you noticed the ego or pain body at work. Write about what you observed and how you responded. Over time, this practice helps you identify patterns and deepen your self-awareness. Meditation, of course, remains central to Tolle's teachings. Set aside a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on the stillness within you. If thoughts arise, don't resist them. Simply observe them and let them pass. This practice strengthens your connection to presence and helps dissolve the grip of the ego and pain body. For those seeking immediate results, Tolle suggests using triggers in your environment as reminders to return to the present. For instance, every time you hear a phone notification, instead of reacting immediately, take a conscious breath. These small pauses throughout the day create a ripple effect, bringing more awareness into your life. Incorporating Tolle's teachings into your relationships can also be transformative. When interacting with others, practice active listening. Instead of preparing your response while the other person is speaking, give them your full attention. This not only deepens the connection but also brings presence into the interaction. One of the most practical methods for immediate transformation is practicing acceptance. When faced with a challenging situation, instead of resisting or complaining, ask yourself, can I allow this moment to be as it is? This simple question can shift your perspective and reduce unnecessary suffering. Tolle also shares stories of real-life transformations to illustrate the power of these practices. For instance, he recounts individuals who overcame years of anxiety and depression by simply committing to being present, one moment at a time. These stories serve as powerful reminders that no matter how overwhelming life may seem, change is always possible when you shift your awareness. Another method to integrate these teachings is by simplifying your life. Tolle often speaks about the importance of decluttering, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. Let go of unnecessary possessions, obligations, or thoughts that no longer serve you. This creates space for presence and clarity to emerge. As you apply these principles, you'll begin to notice profound shifts. Tasks that once felt mundane will carry a sense of purpose and joy. Interactions will feel more authentic, and challenges will lose their intensity as you approach them from a place of stillness and awareness. These practices are not just about improving your life, they're about awakening to the deeper truth of who you are. By incorporating Tolle's wisdom into your daily routine, you're not only transforming your inner world but also radiating that transformation outward, influencing those around you. The journey doesn't end here. It's a continuous unfolding of presence and awareness. Every moment is an opportunity to reconnect with your true essence and embrace life as it is. Let's move toward the conclusion, where we'll recap these transformative insights and leave you with a powerful challenge to start your journey. Throughout this journey into Eckhart Tolle's mind transformation secrets, we've uncovered some of the most profound teachings on consciousness, presence, and spiritual growth. But none of these principles truly come alive until they are lived. The real power lies not in merely understanding these ideas, but in embodying them moment by moment. Let's take a moment to recap the key insights that can transform your life. Presence is the gateway to peace. By anchoring yourself in the now, you free yourself from the grip of past regrets and future anxieties. The ego is not your true self. Observing and detaching from the ego reveals the timeless awareness beneath it. The pain body can be dissolved. Through awareness and acceptance, you can heal old emotional wounds and break free from generational patterns. Consciousness is infinite. By expanding your awareness, you unlock a higher dimension of being, one filled with stillness, clarity, and purpose. Transformation is practical. Daily practices like mindfulness, conscious breathing, and meditation bring these teachings into your everyday life, creating immediate and lasting change. Eckhart Tolle reminds us that we are far more than the sum of our thoughts, emotions, and identities. Beneath the surface lies a vast, untouched awareness, a state of being that is deeply connected to the flow of life itself. When you tap into this awareness, you not only transform your inner world but also begin to impact the collective consciousness of humanity. Now, here's the challenge. Begin your journey today. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances. Start with something simple: a few deep breaths, a moment of stillness, or a conscious observation of your surroundings. These small steps are the foundation of profound transformation. As you embark on this journey, remember Tolle's timeless words. Life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. Each moment, no matter how challenging, is an opportunity for growth and awakening. Embrace it fully. You have the power to rewrite the narrative of your life, to step beyond the limitations of the mind, and to awaken to the infinite potential within you. The path forward is clear: presence, awareness, and acceptance. So, will you take that step? Will you choose presence over distraction, awareness over unconsciousness, and transformation over stagnation? The choice is yours, and it begins now. Your journey into conscious living is not just about personal change. It's about contributing to a world that desperately needs more presence, love, and awareness. By transforming yourself, you become a light for others, inspiring them to awaken to their own true nature. This is your moment to begin. The only question is, are you ready to embrace it?